Hi guys, Bill here. There's a link down the low bar to a tabloid article. Check it out. It's a variation on the "Where have all the good men gone" whine, with the author giving examples of two 40-plus singletons and their sad, lonely existence. Helen, bless her, is a successful, well-off homeowner, and she's tired of single life, she's running out of time to have kids, she's fed up of futile first dates. Mark, on the other hand, he's a divorced dad, active in his daughter's life, who has to return the child. The child doesn't apparently have a name. He has to return the child at the end of the weekend and pass his lonely evenings back home with his PlayStation and his Sky Sports. Doesn't actually sound that bad, to be honest. But anyway, it's all the government's fault, and they should be making marriage much more attractive for middle-aged people. Really? Right, first up, the clowns running our government would struggle to find their own arse with both hands. They are not going to be able to help Helen or Mark. But why the hell should they? They didn't create Helen or Mark's problems in the first place. Let's have a wee chew on our red pill and read this bullshit again. Now, Helen and Mark probably don't even exist, but the readership of the Tory Graph are predominantly middle-aged, middle-class professionals, and they're fairly likely to know somebody in similar circumstances. So the article is basically preaching to the choir. Notice how there's no blame attached to either protagonist, These are supposedly fully grown, mature and successful adults, but Graham, the author, he's treating them like wains. He makes a whole bunch out of their worthy qualities, Helen's successful career and Mark's responsible parenting, but he doesn't pass comment on what decisions they made themselves to bring them to this predicament. And he's tiptoeing around the contentious issues, equality in divorce law, or equality in men's health. He's got far too many female readers to go there. What he is implying is that his chums are entitled to have a partner in their lives, and that the heretic that's off going his own way is some kind of aberration. He's a horrible freak living this scary, privileged existence. Anybody get the feeling there's a bit of an agenda there? See, the government should be making it easier for the Helens and Marks of this world to get together, to share each other's lifestyles. The poor little lambs, they need extra consideration, they need some kind of special incentive to help them avoid the dreadful state of affairs that they exist in. Enough of this shite. Let's look at this like responsible adults. There's nothing stopping Helen or Mark hooking up. The present situation is something that they chose. It's not some kind of harsh state-sponsored tyranny, Mark can have a Helen any time he wants. But the thing is, he'll have to risk financial ruin if it all goes wrong. It's big stakes for the lad. My advice would be for him to smell the coffee, wake up and start trying to support some kind of gender equality in divorce laws. Climb on board, old son. Help out your brothers. Helen, she chose where she is right now. She bought into that you can have it all toilet that the feminists are always going on about. Well, I'm sorry, Hen, they lied to you. You can have a successful career, and if that's what you want, go on yourself. Every man and woman in this country is right behind you. But don't think it's free. There's costs. Even after every advantage in our employment law has been weighted in your favour, there are costs. If you want kids, you're going to need a career break. You're going to have to accept that for a period of months or years, you're going to be unable to pursue your career. Now, my advice to you would be to partner with somebody. It doesn't have to be a male. This partner, this person, has to be willing to provide for you while you can't provide for yourself. They've got to be willing to shoulder their share of childcare and parenting, and they've got to, ideally, be a positive role model for your child. Now, you can choose a snappy PC title, but husband's already out there, it's readily available and it works. The problem is, before somebody's going to partner with you, they've got to trust you. And that'd be a whole lot easier to do if a breakdown in the relationship had equal risks for both partners. Helen, you need to support men's rights. It's not a poor showing on your first date that's stopping your dream man from turning up. It's the fact that he's absolutely terrified you're going to fuck him over the minute you're done with him. Graham's right about one thing. We should be encouraging marriage, but not financially and not for over 40s. The ideology that's teaching us that one gender is inferior in everything apart from brute strength, that wants to remove that gender from any position of authority or power, and that teaches us that gender should be feared and despised, is inflicting inhumane penalties on both genders. If people want to partner up, then they should be able to do it. They should be free from any kind of externally imposed fear and suspicion. We know that partnering works. We know that it's not for everybody, but we know that it works. We'd be a lot better served if we made it available without the one-sided risks and penalties. And if we made a clear, honest appraisal of what the consequences of choosing an alternative lifestyle were, we'd all be a bit better off. It would certainly be whining about it in the Tory graph. Anyway, thanks for listening, people. All the best, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.